Speaker, maybe it's just appropriate that I came into the scene at this point in time of the debate. And thank you very much for giving me the floor of Parliament to debate on this very important bill, Mr. Speaker. The intention is very clear. No, I'm straightforward, objective like this. As everyone looking finish, Mr. Speaker. Of course, very, very important, sir. I cannot underestimate the importance and deal with very important issue, Mr. Speaker. Peace, national unity, stability, and happy coexistence of our people, Mr. Speaker. We note the 8 recommendations made by, and we'll leave that to the Prime Minister. The government will be guided by the wisdom of Prime Minister and law of matters that are raised by the committee, Bills and Legislation Committee, Mr. Speaker. So, and I note, sir, and I think we granted, sir, that we will underestimating the extent of what is now appear to be the new scheme of arrangement, Mr. Speaker, the preparatory work that needs to go into the work of adopting the new federal constitution. When the original bill was introduced to Parliament last year, Mr. Speaker, and the policy, very serious security issues tied to it, sir. And so, my advice to this House, Mr. Speaker, is that we need to handle it with utmost care, Mr. Speaker. And I'm saying that, Mr. Speaker, because it is to be noted, sir, you need to go back to the thinking behind this thing, sir, that the state government system is actually advanced by its proponents, Mr. Speaker, as a peace strategy, Mr. Speaker. But, sir, it is obviously doing more than what is demanded by the parties to the Townsville peace agreement. And so I'm raising many questions, Mr. Speaker, about its effect on peace, stability, and national unity, Mr. Speaker. And so, sir, these questions are yet to be answered, sir, at this point in time. And this is where the scheme of arrangement comes, Mr. Speaker. And I think there is no clear meeting of mind, Mr. Speaker, to the scheme of arrangement for moving this thing forward, Mr. Speaker, next week in Haram, sir, and I think because of the way it is now approached, the recommendations that is made by the Bills and Legislation Committee based on, I guess, the new thinking on the scheme of arrangements for moving this thing forward, Mr. Speaker. The way these things have happened, Mr. Speaker, well, we country spent more than $100 million, Mr. Speaker, over this one, over $100 million. And we start coming to 19, whatever, so we go back, not counting the one that happened in 1987, yet, Mr. Speaker, when the first Mamalonia committee we put him up these things, and of course the thinking then, the thinking of the people that time, Mr. Speaker, I think we go down the path of state government emotions, but it picked up later, Mr. Speaker, and he was spending more than $100 million already with this one. And wide consultations have happened throughout the country, Mr. Speaker, and over to come up with him a draft constitution based on consultations within all the people throughout the nations, for the goal of every province of this country now. Yes, maybe you miss out questioning, of course, the those consultations and how it is carried out. But the scheme of arrangement, Mr. Speaker, what issues that we start raising here, sir, is the Constituent Assembly by break up into thematic group here, Mr. Speaker. And granted, sir, I think maybe the timing now, but you need to look at him, whether you need to stack them these things. If you may stick by the way it is recommended to the House, it is the thematic groups now will be addressing the cost of this thing. Various themes that by put to that committee or the Constituent Assembly, plus the new themes that might come out from the discussions that the whatever number of members of the Constituent Assembly or the discussed members, you come up with the themes here now, and that's where the concentration block Constituent Assembly by my opinion, Mr. Speaker. The mobile group, it will take them probably 1 year just to look at the issues of economic analysis, Mr. Speaker. Its effect on peace and stability, and what also, Mr. Speaker. So that's a scheme of arrangement, Mr. Speaker. Now, the way it is presented now, Mr. Speaker, is that this thing will be done by people outside, not the Constituent Assembly. Now, that work, people of them outside, is already been done. It cost us $100 million. And experts from outside come too. And they work on, I think, 4 thematic issues there, or the legal hem, including whether the Constitution, one way to say the kind of constitutions that any democratic system of government by me adopting, and they recommended it so. But it is one of the longest, of course. I think the 10 longest in the world now, so we're adopting the way it is presented to us, Mr. Speaker. And more so, outside views has been expressed, but all of 4 themes, thematic issues no. Also, so what put him come as far as the Constitution structure blame, whether it meets the minimum requirement of any constitution of any democratic country in the world, it's met, Mr. Speaker. One in the thematic group by Lukulahem now is what the issues that we start raising this time. So. And so really nothing really is stopping the Constituent Assembly for establishing it. And then we break them up into thematic groups and we'll start to look at the issues here, Mr. Speaker. And as a matter of, and so maybe that, I think there needs to be a clear meeting of mind, Mr. Speaker, on the way forward for me addressing this whole issue, Mr. Speaker. And some of the issues are raised, and we note the recommendations made by the Rules and Legislation Committee, Mr. Speaker. And the following strategic plan of actions was placed before the unit, Mr. Speaker, before me can go to the polls, Mr. Speaker, that he is subjecting the draft constitution to peer review. In addition to economic analysis, as originally intended by the government, but then frustrated by the border restrictions, Mr. Speaker. This one, by me, not go in detail, but by me look at what, comparing this one with the constitutions of other democratic states, sir. And so what was suggested, Mr. Speaker, is that the report will peer review by me forming the basis of the government's concern about the system and how it is structured, Mr. Speaker, which I may also touch on the underlying driving principles upon which the system is believed to be established by the designers of the Constitution, and more importantly, Mr. Speaker, that it intends to address in the grand objective to achieve lasting peace, national unity, and happy coexistence of what people bring. And to be honest, Mr. Speaker, there are glaring gaps, Mr. Speaker. And that's why we want to move the thematic group here now for sit down and look at narrowing those gaps, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, it's important that the intention to restructure the governance system along the line of a federation as per the new constitution, Mr. Speaker, must be supported by the entire country. And I think that I will grant that, Mr. Speaker, not only by some provinces, as is the case now. This means, Mr. Speaker, that that view no more, that issue no more, that our people must again be properly consulted on that one. How? You mean go down that path now? Because I think all the consultations have been finished here, Mr. Speaker. So that one no more. So we're looking whether other provinces will join in Western and Guadalcanal province. Yes, we want to go down that path because this thing is not about provinces. It's about the entire nation, Mr. Speaker. So there is probably room there, sir, that some more consultations need to happen on that one, so we get clear intention from every provinces. That's the direction we will go. Okay, let's go for our life, Mr. Speaker. So we be clear this one, and we don't want them dividing the country. Now, I say that, Mr. Speaker, we're noting the weaknesses of consultations as a strategy for collecting useful information that would help shape the government policy in the context of Solomon Islands. And it's advisable that the views of knowledgeable Solomon Islanders, and now that is what actually happened in the Constituent Assembly, we bring him in come now. Sample new for people, and we support him that one. We bring lawyers, bar association, and people like that. There are more eyes. Let me go inside of this one, Mr. Speaker, including what established institutions and organizations. Me receiving, getting views blocked as well, and that is one of the, I think, weaknesses that is established in the so-called consultations that was conducted into this policy, Mr. Speaker. And so the crucial question were not asked, emotions. So that's the work that the thematic group here was supposed to do, Mr. Speaker. In the meantime, sir, and I think that is the direction that we need to go. In the meantime, as a strategy, Mr. Speaker, because I'm addressing something no more. If we go down to the issue, what is the issue? So here, I think we even go ahead and talk about strategies and like that, but you may go down for this. And why now people, our people, ought to come up with the idea that the country must go down the path of state government system, Mr. Speaker. And for that, me suggesting that while the work on the draft constitution is in progress, the government, through the Ministry of Provincial Government and Institutional Strengthening, should proceed with the work to reform the provincial government system. Mr. Speaker, to set in motion the process of devolving more functions to the provincial government, as agreed by the parties to the Townsville Peace Agreement. And so when we go back to the Townsville Peace Agreement, that's what they ask, Mr. Speaker. I couldn't actually ask for state government. They ask for more devolution of power for go down all over provinces, Mr. Speaker. And so this process, sir, should see more resources and logistical support given to the provincial government over a period of time to enable them to deliver the devolved functions, Mr. Speaker, while we work on the state government system, Mr. Speaker. And this reform, sir, by me requiring serious review and amendment made to the 1997 version of the Provincial Government Act. Fourthly, Mr. Speaker, the reform of the provincial government system is to be conducted in the context and must be conducted in the context of preparing the provinces, Mr. Speaker, to cope with the administrative, structural, institutional, and logistical challenges that come with increased responsibility to deliver services as we work towards realizing and progressing the provinces toward the attainment of greater autonomy, Mr. Speaker, with the emphasis on effective service delivery and allowing strategic development to take place, not structural expansion of our government system, Mr. Speaker. I think it's very important that you take note of that issues like that, Mr. Speaker. And so, fifthly, Mr. Speaker, to advance this strategy, third, as Mitalim already, a comprehensive review and reform of the current Provincial Government Act is necessary, and a core objective of such review is to set in motion the process of devolving powers to the 9 provincial governments, Mr. Speaker, because that is what the state government is going to eventually do. By putting power go to people, so let them start to get used to more powers that is devolved down with resources go within too. So when this the state government come, there is just a seamless transition to the new structure of government that we are adopting. And of course, running in tandem with this reform is the logistics, infrastructure, and the human resource empowerment of the provincial government to take on the increasing role as the delivery channel of the national development strategies in the provinces, Mr. Speaker. Sixth, so the Ministry of Traditional Governance as well said, Peace and Ecclesiastical Affairs. I'm already tabling, Mr. Speaker, the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommendations, together with the supporting implementation strategy to Parliament last year, Mr. Speaker, and the government and me am taking the opportunity at that time when that report was tabled in Parliament for informing the people of this country on the progress made so far for me addressing the issues that people below me are concerned about. Mr. Speaker. So if we go down to the issue, Mr. Speaker, if we jump to the structure, I have no problem with this country. Let's address issues. If we jump to what the one that it's not really addressing the issue or maybe complicating issues for you. And this is important, Mr. Speaker, because these issues are picked up in the Townsville peace agreement. Sir, some of the people were signing peace agreement. They're here with us on the floor of Parliament. Minister of Traditional Governments, the Minister of Infrastructure Development, Mr. Speaker. So they're familiar with what was taken up in the Townsville Peace Agreement of 2001, Mr. Speaker, led, of course, by the former Prime Minister. He was my Deputy Prime Minister at the time, Alan Kamikaze, Mr. Speaker. As well as that, Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Traditional Governance, Peace and Ecclesiastical Affairs, and must completely work on the Traditional Governance Bill. These things ought to work together. You're not picking these things in isolation, sir. They are together, Mr. Speaker. They must work on that Traditional Governance Bill and table him that will bill of Parliament. So we need to give him priority to this one. The work on the bill, Mr. Speaker, is important because apart from making reference to customs in the preamble and the proposed establishment of community government as a layer of a government under the new structure, the new constitution did not empower Parliament to make laws, Mr. Speaker, to properly regulate the organization of traditional governance. No. And this is some of the things that the thematic group here now for seriously look at, Mr. Speaker. It is also not clear, Mr. Speaker, on what community government, how number look like, Mr. Speaker. And if you go by a number of villages as communities, then you talk about 5,000 plus community governance. If you talk about constituency, 50. If you talk about tribes, then probably, how much, umpty tribes, no. This country. So issues like that, and that's where the thematic group for come for addressing, Mr. Speaker. So there's nothing really stopping establishment of the Constituent Assembly. So start doing work. Maybe it takes a number of years for work. Let it be, Mr. Speaker. But that's the work assigned to it by the people who design the way out of bringing this Constitution into force. The Constituent Assembly made up of a number of groups, and of course we note the recommendations to increase that number. I think it makes a lot of sense, Mr. Speaker. As well as that, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Survey must fast-track them now. So the land reform program and have the facilitating legislative framework approved by Parliament. So there is a serious, irreconcilable clash, Mr. Speaker, between the way the new constitution and deal with land issues, which these are issues that should go before the thematic group, especially alienated land. Mr. Speaker, in the country, and the approach taken by the government in the land reform in direct response to the land-related bona fide demand of the people of Guadalcanal province, Mr. Speaker. So there's a lot of things that you may need to reconcile what is presented in the bill and what the government is doing under land reform program blame and other reforms, Mr. Speaker. As well as that, the Ministry of Finance and Treasury, Mr. Speaker, must proceed and finalize the tax reform program, Mr. Speaker, before the new federal constitution makes sense, that's it. So there's a lot of other things that must happen faster, Mr. Speaker, which will, that reform, Mr. Speaker, by me will see the abolishment of a number of important taxes, including goods tax, sales tax, import duties, and certain levies and the introduction of the proposed VAT, Mr. Speaker. Now, this one is important, sir, because the revenue sharing arrangement is based on the current tax system, Mr. Speaker, and based on that. And it is important that before you may venture into the proposed revenue sharing arrangement, we do so based on a full understanding, Mr. Speaker, of the revenue earning ability of the tax system, Mr. Speaker, taking into account the effect of the reforms and a careful study of the proposed revenue sharing arrangement, Mr. Speaker. As well as that, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Labor and Immigration, Mr. Speaker, must finalize the work on special economic zone legislation. This is direct response, Mr. Speaker, if people even are aware of it, it's a direct response to the call by people to decentralize development. Out him, let's go and develop in other places of this country. No concentrating development in one place now, Mr. Speaker. And the direct response of the government, Mr. Speaker, one of the strategies is to come up with a special economic zone legislation so that you make places outside of Honiara also and Guadalcanal attractive to investors, Mr. Speaker. And the facilitating bill must, Mr. Speaker, must go before Parliament for enactment in next year. Must not. This is serious preparatory work, Mr. Speaker. As we told him already, the special economic zone policy and the supporting legal framework facilitates a very important strategy, Mr. Speaker, to decentralize high-quality investment in locations outside of Honiara and Guadalcanal provinces, in direct response to the call, demands for go and develop in other places outside of Honiara and Guadalcanal, Mr. Speaker. The other, Mr. Speaker, the various national infrastructure development plan, Mr. Speaker, must be fast-tracked. These are things that the one state government will work out good. These are some of the things that must happen now, Mr. Speaker. If even when you look at these things sustainable, it must be fast-tracked, and this is a critical, Mr. Speaker, to the attraction of high-quality investment in locations outside of Honiara and Guadalcanal. Mr. Speaker, the implementation of this plan is a total disappointment, Mr. Speaker. The Transport Core Initiative, Mr. Speaker, big announcement now. I was full as well too. We make an announcement of several independent celebrations, Mr. Speaker, because I was asked promising me that things have happened, Mr. Speaker, and people are working on that big grand scheme for come up with transformative infrastructures that by develop everywhere in this country, Mr. Speaker. Sir, the Transport Core Initiative, which is a component of this plan, is a case in point, and it is announced in 2019, and since then progress at a snail pace and concentrating on very small infrastructures like market, which are not transformational and game-changing, Mr. Speaker. No. Sir. And sir, there was also the suggestions, Mr. Speaker, whether Imi come the draft federal constitutional here and Imi debate it, Imi Luluklem faster. But probably even no got time for Luluklem, but in the scheme of arrangements that is proposed by the designers for how to bring that into one, that one looks in work, Mr. Speaker. It will address all the issues that is raised here, Mr. Speaker. And in fact, when it comes to revenue, how for funding this thing, Mr. Speaker, the new federal constitution actually pick up and it makes us tell them how to fund it. The states do not ask for any New Zealand, Mr. Speaker. What not ask for New Zealand? Or the ask no more share block me follow away for the take all away, Mr. Speaker. So that share now must go back logata, but then go within functions. And the way it is designed in the new federal constitution, but I'm looking, but there's a lot of some gaps there which I'm needing me for Lulu Goodlam, and that's the work that the thematic group was supposed to do, Mr. Speaker. So the most important task, of course, is the selection of the thematic issues that the Constituent Assembly will be considering, Mr. Speaker. And I thought that's the work that the Constitution unit in the Reform Group of Prime Minister's office, and now should sit down day and night, they eat nothing but look at the themes. What not? For put him now look at the thematic groups here, so that over the discussion and put in recommendations. The way it works structurally, Mr. Speaker, there will be thematic groups plus a coordinating group. Our coordinating group here will sit down there for receiving submissions from all the various themes here. And over to look in that, this matter, I'm needing more consultations, we do more, they will do that. They will do that. So it's normal, so I'm straight, let's put it to the Constituent Assembly for vote. And then we adopt him stage by stage now, or the various clauses inside the new federal constitution, Mr. Speaker. And we'll say, so I think there needs to be some meeting of mind on how you may want to drive this thing forward, and some of the themes that was suggested to the theme group, the Prime Minister's office unit at that time was the state government system in the context of the bona fide demands of the people of Gorkana. That was what was actually driving all these things as well too. So you cannot isolate in that one from how the new federal constitution might look like, whether it addressed those issues. So it's normal, we will go back to square one, Mr. Speaker. And some of the issues that are raised inside of bona fide demands, Mr. Speaker, is fair distribution of economic benefits from development of customary land and other resources. That's come out very powerful. Low demand, and the thematic group was look that one. The distribution of major development activities to other provinces. What the strategy? Special economic zone legislation. So we start already come up with the economic strategies for addressing all the issues here. And fourth, relocate the capital of Solomon Islands and control of immigration. Of course, that is some people by look at that one and say, they go overboard, Mr. Speaker. But you go back to look at the demand. You look at the reason why people raising those demands, and it's very clear. The message comes out very powerfully there is decentralized development. That's the powerful message from what people blame local and Western province. Mr. Speaker, one for is the restriction on candidates on voting rights to Indigenous Solomon Islanders. They come out very powerfully there, Mr. Speaker. Then the ownership of economic system was also demanded. The demand for the review of the fundamental rights in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the new federal Constitution, about a big gap. That's what the thematic group will sit down and look at what issues yet. Then recognition of customs. There's a big gap in the new federal Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Recognition of customary land tenure system. Big gap inside the new federal Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Return of alienated lands to indigenous owners, Mr. Speaker. Big gap inside the new federal Constitution. And then go different way now. The government is talking about issues. Government is coming up with the land restitution policy, Mr. Speaker, not return of alienated land. So we need to reconcile in our thinking, and that means even go back to our people, women, and say, well, this is how we want to address all issues like that, Mr. Speaker. And it's not picked up in the new federal constitution, Mr. Speaker. And of course, one for is the people want to rent on your land. Government's response to that is what? Land restitution policy. So there are a lot of things that we need to dovetail, reconcile ideas, reconcile scheme of arrangements, so that you may agree along the line of actions that by you may take on this one. Of course, there's some thematic issues that we suggest in Logata over the time One was the assumption that state government system is a strategy to achieve lasting peace and national unity. Need to look good for some of that one. Whether that's so. Whether that is so. Because that's what was seemed to be advanced by people who put up this strategy or demand the state government must happen. To immediately revisiting the Townsville Peace Agreement as the basis of the policy, Mr. Speaker. And one that will probably a little bit discussing one which will go directly to the arrangement itself, is the removal of the King of England as the head of state in Solomon Islands in the context of a country that is divided, Mr. Speaker. Do we want to have local head of state? These are questions that they need to be asked right now, even with the Kwane Batini struggle, Mr. Speaker. So if we go down that path, of course, we've got a new president now, which will be a local man. It will be selected from both I think, states now. This year by Narman, another state here, Naria, another state here, by President Naria, another state like that, Mr. Speaker. In the setting of a country that at the drop of a hat, you may start to put in boxing glove, believe me, is something that we really need to look good at. That's one first time. That goes to the fundamental strength of the new arrangements that Timor adopted, Mr. Speaker. So questions like that are not really asked. In fact, it was shoved down the throats of our people. This one good, if I'll accept it now. By local self. That's the way the consultations was carried out, Mr. Speaker. The other one is the unreserved espousal of the principle of democracy, lock, stock, and barrel. We are not. It is a serious cult, a clash of system. Yeah? Democracy, Mr. Speaker, is a foreign thing to this country. And foreign, Mr. Speaker. It is shoved down our throat. And if adopt him under the Westminster model of government, and just look at us, Mr. Speaker. He said, what are we doing? Decision-making process, local county limits. You sit down and talk. We may agree 100%. Let's go. Normal here is we vote. Even if one fella, we win by one vote, that thing goes. And the good number of people not liking something. So by people were not liking these things, and by Imirara all the way gone. So let's think about that too. Is it time for him to look at the system of government that we adopted? Is democracy or some kind of fine-tuning so that they may fit him the way we are organized for years, centuries, Mr. Speaker. The other one is the complicated and repetitive structure of the government system. We have a federal system, state government system, and community government. And everyone by governor. So if you go by, if community governance is the village, you have 5,000 governors, Mr. Speaker, 5,000 plus. That is not defined. And that's the work of the thematic committee for local help, Mr. Speaker. There is also the issue that we put him down below, the prohibition placed on channeling public funds through politicians in the 3 levels of government. So there goes RCDF. Under the new federal constitution, every member of parliament, the RCDF Act must go because it will be unconstitutional. No incident must come through members of parliament. Is that what members of parliament want? It was that what politicians want, not ordinary one, but national level, even provincial government level, where Select go through all that. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution, new federal Constitution, disallows that, Mr. Speaker. And that's where the thematic group need to sit down and look at him. Said there is also gross insensitivity, to the country's quest for national unity, peace, and stability. And me list him down some one for example, the establishment of a state police force with a very weak control, central control. Everyone by Commission of Police here, law states, with no control by the federal commission, Mr. Speaker. What you are establishing there, Mr. You're going down there, you are starting to put in place a mechanism to divide this country. The only one for holding peace and stability, security, the commissioner no government control over commissioners of police. So we need to look at that one. That's where the thematic group comes. The revenue sharing formula that is deliberately designed with the potential to starving the federal government of the financial resources and make it weak, Mr. Speaker. It is designed. So let's wake up. Below that one as well, Mr. Speaker. And of course, the adoption of the presidential system, may comment on finished. The complicated structure, which is doing more than is necessary to address the demands of the conflicting parties. Now look at that one. The three-tier, watertight layers of government with a weak or non-existent central government control. Mr. Speaker, these are really issues that come out from the draft, Mr. Speaker. And of course, the complete absence of disciplinary measures against states and community governance that may want to pursue agendas that are repugnant to peace and stability and national unity. They can break away, and nothing that the federal government can do. It will just sit and watch as these people break away and pronounce themselves independent, Mr. Speaker. There's no control, central control. So there's issues like that now, Mr. Speaker, that the way the scheme of arrangement is that this 150 or whatever numbers that we want him, all these issues folks sit down, look at him, and that's what the Prime Minister's office should do, or the unit here, come up with him all the themes. Read the Constitution, new federal Constitution, read him with him, some of the bigger issues that have happened already, that getting tension. Read him that one, documents, and read him thinking of people. Read him that federal Constitution, okay, then come up with him themes. Does it address these things? Does it guarantee peace and stability in this country, Mr. Speaker? That's how we should be addressing this thing, sir. And of course, the serious concern arising from the revenue sharing arrangement, Mr. Speaker. So I just want to express that, Mr. Speaker, and I think there should be a meeting of mine on how we should be advance this thing forward. And I don't blame the Bills and Legislation Committee coming up with the recommendations, because they respond to the scheme of arrangement, Mr. Speaker. And this thing, I need 38 members of this Parliament, and the way we talk here, Mr. Speaker, we could put this bill under serious threat, Mr. Speaker. I will leave that that issue to the Prime Minister's head of government on how to guide the government, and how we will deal with him this matter on the floor of Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Saying that, sir, I thank you very much for allowing me to express my views on this, and I will go along with the decision of the government. We are government, whatever we fall back, to be guided to the decision we have taken. We will by taking on this very important matter. Thank you very much, sir.